Out of your friends, which are you? Truck freak crazy ass.
You know, there's nothing better than coming home from work or university, sitting down and watching my favorite streamer.
I don't care about your opinion, Frosty boy. You're just a loser.
So I decided to rank some of my favorite streamers in the most original way. A goddamn tier list! Wow, I'm very early to this trend. These are figures that I've spent some time watching their streams and have formed some sort of opinion for this video. But if you're a streamer, or you, the streamer yourself, are here on this tier list and are ranked kind of low, I don't know, give up. Nah, I'm joking. Before the video starts, remember to join the Birch Forest for the highest quality content.
Your girlfriend motivates you. Girlfriend roleplay.
Right off the bat, the man, the myth, the rank 2 player excluding Emrek.
Lifeline is one of the fastest rising players in recent time.
Oh my god. Dude, 54,000 views! Lifeline's pretty dope. He has a very, very tall haircut. There's this clip channel that makes a highlight video of Lifeline streams and they're kind of interesting. So I would say Lifeline is a pretty entertaining streamer. I mean, he's very skilled at the game and he has some funny moments. But because Lifeline streams at insane times, I barely get to see his streams anymore. For now, I'm going to put him at B. Maybe I'll change my opinions a bit later. Next up is the Mablet guy, Nurix. You know, he's interesting, I guess, you know, he's an average OS player. Is there anything interesting about
La familia Simpson versus la familia de Peppa Pig.
Next up, one of my personal favorites, Aleph. He's very skilled at the game. He has some funny bits in his streams. He's a very active and very responsive person, and I like streamers that don't have a massive following, so they have like less than 100 views per stream and they actually can respond to the chat. Though one thing, it's very hard to prepare to watch Aleph streams. This is you have to warm up for an Aleph stream, so typically what I do is like I do some 5 minutes of Duolingo and that suffices. But yeah, Aleph, I'm going to say S tier, even though there's that language barrier. So we have the first mouth breeder of the... I'm sorry. I mean, Lemuse is interesting, he has some personality. He's not the most skilled at the game, but because he's from Europe, I get to see most of his streams. So I'm gonna go with B tier, not much to say, below Lifeline.
Stop! This isn't real!
The man, the ninja of Osu, BTMC, the biggest OS streamer.
They may have beat me in mapping speed, but what about mapping quality? If I make sure that my beat map is better than theirs, there could be a shot.
He's the OS content goat. He's been streaming for however many years. He hosts the Roundtable. Amazing content guy. I don't think there's a debate putting him in the highest of S tier.
Somebody's...
Now Spaza, another OG of OS content. If you have a degrading kink, that's the best place to go to.
Goal box. Become a bitmap nominator. This is like aspiring to become a offender. Have you ever made a map?
But it is nice that even though you get degraded, you can potentially get a reward. Like recently, he hosted some keyboard giveaways and also OS supporter giveaways. So Spaza, very nice guy. Very chill, Spazaman 17. I think it's reasonable to put him in S tier as well.
White cat. I'm coming. Oh, I mean...
Okay, now we got White Cat. I mean, the guy, he plays Osu, sometimes Fortnite, and wins goddamn Fortnite tournaments. He doesn't stream that often, but whenever he does, he is so consistent with aim. But because of the inconsistency, the lack of talking really, it's just gameplay. And because it's just something, I'm gonna put him at the low end of the B tier.
What the f is a mile?
Next up, we got the Canadian, the budget Ryuke. Now Xylus is a very skilled fellow, but he's also a very skilled streamer actually. I've watched a lot of Xylus' streams and I think he's a very entertaining personality. He did get involved in some tomfoolery with Worst HR Extermination Squad, but we don't talk about that. That's in the past and it shouldn't matter. Xylus still a very phenomenal player. Worst accuracy in the top 50. I'm gonna put Xylus in A tier.
Go get FC, baby!
To continue the Canadian streak, we have Zudinator. Zudinator has a pretty similar background as Xylus. She's very skilled at the game, entertaining streams, but with one caveat. It's another case of suffering from success that you have so many viewers in your chat, you just can't read all of their messages, and that's understandable. But one thing, whichever map she plays, you can expect a good score because, well, she's so consistent. She's one of the most consistent players in the game. So because of that, great gameplay, entertaining streams, there's nothing that tells me not to put her right next to Xylus. It feels like with every OS Korean player, whenever they go to military service and come back, it takes some time for them to de-rust, but then not only do they reach their previous peak, they surpass it way above, and it's no different with Flying Tuna. Though he did farm Brazil. I would have put you in A tier, but because you farmed Brazil, B tier. B for Brazil.
What about your opinion on dragging?
What do you mean I drag? What's wrong with dragging?
Now, Ryuke is a fucking legend, and I hope he still streams someday and I get to catch his stream. You guys have probably seen at least one Ryuke clip.
What? Oh my god, it's a stop sign! National Geographic! God damn!
It is sad that he doesn't really stream or play the game, but considering everything else, that he's genuinely one of the most entertaining OS streamers and one of the most skilled OS players, his streams deserve absolute cinema. And this tier was made specifically for Ryuke.
For the first time ever, I am above Cookiezi in PP.
But now we have the modern reincarnation of Ryuke, Nineric. I mean, they feature very similar traits. The same ever-changing hairstyle, insane drip. They're both incredible speed players for their eras. But where Nineric lacks is, in my opinion, the personality. It's not that his streams aren't entertaining, you just can't beat Ryuke. Because of that, I'm going to put Ryuke in... They're that similar, I confuse them. But because of that, I will put Nineric in the lowest of A tier. I can finally put Emmerich in my tags. Let's go! I haven't done this in over 2 years. Let's go, yes! Yeah, Emmerich, I mean, the GOAT? He had this whole ISO speed arc at one point and it made Cap Noir go crazy in conspiracy theories. And besides that, Emmerich is just inspiring to watch, I guess. You watch his streams and his consistency on the hardest maps that are playable currently. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's truly one of the best live broadcast showcases of Osu skill. I think he also has some great potential with the personality-based stuff. I mean, he has showcased it on numerous occasions. He even has some BTMC stream appearances, which I found quite hilarious.
My bad.
I will put Emmerich in S tier, though, because this is my list, lower S tier. Still very great. Got our boy, I mean, Grandpa, Rafis. I don't know, there's totally no bias. I didn't make an hour video glazing Rafis, Polska Górom, S tier. Now Rafis is a great streamer. He has a very dedicated community, primarily comprised of Polish players. However, because of that, it's kind of hard to watch Rafis' streams because I don't speak Polish. Because of that, I will put him in A tier. Great streamer, insanely skilled. I just wish I understood what he was saying.
I am Stu, the guy behind those news.
You know, it's incredible what Stu can do. He's a part-time news broadcaster and one of the best speed players in the game. I don't know, this combination, albeit it can be a bit confusing. You know, one of the best speed players from the United States, but speaks with a foreign accent. Very interesting, a bit confusing, but you know, the combination of the best Osu news source and speed skill, S tier. You know, we all thought BTMC is the jack of all trades, you know, one of the best players and content creators. No, I beg to differ. It's Stu, truly spectacular, and I think he deserves the highest echelon of this tier list, besides Absolute Cinema, of course.
Are you an ex-Osu player who quit because of RSI?
What is that? Yeah, next up we have Mr. Dinklepus, the Osu feet guy. He also has custom-made pedals. That's very dope. You know, Mr. Dinklepus is very interesting. He has a goddamn calorie burn counter on his stream, which is just genius. It's very impressive how far he has come with the playstyle and that he actually has committed for it for however long. I will put him right in the middle of S tier. Mr. Dinklepus, truly one of the Osu greats and one of the most unique players / streamers. we got Chiconi with the best image. You know, this image, context-wise, comes from a very interesting clip. Those who know, like part 2 in the comments. Although Chiconi doesn't play Osu anymore, kind of, I think it's a very similar case to Rafis where, although the streams are very entertaining, plus I can understand them, but for most people there will be a very apparent language barrier. And I've actually watched a lot of Chiconi streams and I find the guy very entertaining, plus he's superbly skilled. So I will put him above Rafis because I do prefer Chiconi a bit more, but again, for most people, because of the language barrier, slightly below. I like how most players are at least in B tier. It's because I don't watch streamers who I don't find at least a tiny bit entertaining. So I mean, it was kind of obvious that something like this would happen. But yeah, if I missed your favorite streamer, it's probably because I haven't spent that much time watching them or just don't really have an opinion on them. Comment below what are your favorite streamers, what do you think of my tier list, how would you rank them, how would you change my tier list. I will also probably link this tier list below, you know, make it at me on Twitter, whatever, I might check it out. But yeah, thank you for watching, watch some of my better videos, peace out.